Mayor, they finally decided to drill some paths for the several different fiber companies down in front of my house. So one of these days, my internet may be a little faster too.
Well, maybe I can convince Mr. Isaac to talk to Utopia or Wayne and see if they'll put that out in my neighborhood. I'd sign up for it in a heartbeat.
Well, they put the path in, but they said it'd be 1 to 2 years before they started piping the path or getting fiber into it. So someday.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, but it's
Time they get to my
so's
house,
Christmas.
there'll probably be somebody else living there years down the road.
You can't move away from there.
My next move is over to Valley View.
Yeah, I've got a plot there.
So do I.
Yeah. Let's see, better get this out. Don't think we'll have too long of a meeting. Guess I should have mentioned in study meeting that I'm doing the opening ceremony tonight, since it's a holiday tomorrow.
Sounds good to me. That's why you've got 2 videos queued up.
Oh, yeah, you heard that. You were on. Okay, 6:29, 15 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just Jake. Good evening. We call to order the regular meeting of the West Valley City Council. We note that we have a quorum present. We have 5 council members online with us, and we expect to have Councilman Fiti Simano join us shortly. Councilman Yoon is excused tonight. So pursuant to the Utah Code, West Valley City has determined that this meeting will be held electronically without an anchor location, given the ongoing novel coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. West Valley City has determined the pandemic presents a substantial risk to the health and safety of those who may be present at an anchor location. This meeting will be held electronically. Members of the public are invited to view this meeting live on YouTube at youtube.com/user/WVCTV. We do invite people to participate, but they do need to, for security purposes, need to call our offices prior to the meeting to register to be allowed entrance into the meeting. So That has to be earlier in the day. Typically, that's 2:30. So with that, then, we have our minutes of October 27th. Motion and a second.
Move to approve those minutes.
Second?
Properly done. Hearing no further comments, we will consider without objection the minutes to be approved. Hearing no objection, that's unanimous. And so tonight, I have two short videos, one about 2 minutes, the other 3.5 minutes, that we are going to show, and we'll invite staff to cue those up, and one will follow the other without comment.
You probably know that every year on November 11th, Americans celebrate Veterans Day to honor the millions of men and women who have served or are serving in the nation's armed forces.
If you can stop.
But bet you didn't know the whole story behind the holiday. For starters, it wasn't
Please
originally
stop
called
the
Veterans
video.
Day, but Armistice Day.
We can't
It's
see-
not showing. Your connection showed your screen, but did not show the video. That looks a little better.
You probably know that every year on November 11th, Americans celebrate Veterans Day to honor the millions of men and women who have served or are serving in the nation's armed forces. But bet you didn't know the whole story behind the holiday. For starters, it wasn't originally called Veterans Day, but Armistice Day, to commemorate the truce signed between the Allies and Germany in World War I on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918. The first Armistice Day in the U.S. was celebrated on November 11th, 1919. All business was suspended for 2 minutes starting at 11 a.m., and parades and public gatherings were held to commemorate the occasion. Later, America also began honoring its unknown soldiers on Armistice Day, a tradition that continues today. At 11 a.m. every Veterans Day, a color guard ceremony represents all branches of the military at the Tomb of the Unknowns in Arlington National Cemetery. In 1954, the name was changed to Veterans Day, following a national campaign to have the day honor all veterans, not just those who served in World War I. And did you know, for 7 years, Veterans Day was actually celebrated in October? In 1968, Congress moved Veterans Day to the fourth Monday in October so that government employees could enjoy a long weekend. But in 1975, President Gerald Ford returned Veterans Day to November 11th due to the historical significance. And that's where it sits on the calendar today. And do you know the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day? Both of them honor those men and women who have served in the military, but Memorial Day honors America's war dead, while Veterans Day honors all American veterans, living and dead. The U.S. Census Bureau estimates that there are currently over 21 million living military veterans in the United States. More than 16 million of these served during times of war, while 5.5 million served during peacetime only. So this Veterans Day, don't forget to say thanks to some of the millions of men and women who have served our country.
Thank you. And as you're aware, tomorrow is Veterans Day, and we do have a lot of veterans in our country, but many of those are older, and that means that we have fewer serving in war, which is truly a plus. And though we have many who serve, we hope that most do not have to go into harm's way. Thank you for allowing that. And I remind you that you can at any time choose to do something for our opening ceremony. And if anyone has special desires in conjunction with Thanksgiving, Christmas, or New Year's, feel free, but there is no requirement. Without those, we will continue to do videos since they are fairly easy to have someone participate. Next, we have our comment period. And let's see.
Mayor, it's Eric Bunderson. I have the attendees lined up and ready to go when you are.
All right. And are these regulars that have been on before?
Sir, there are a few, but there are a few new ones.
Okay. I hope that they've been instructed about the 5-minute time limit and and we'll need, Angel is aware that I think that she will be monitoring the time limit.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then with that, let's begin with the first one.
First
Who's the
one will
first
be Mr. Visak, sir. And Mr. Visak, you should be able to speak now.
Good evening, Mayor. Thank you for that tribute to all that served. Hopefully my internet is still working because I've got a black screen now, but I missed a lot of it. But now they got a counter up there. So my internet's unstable. So I'm gonna cut it short and let the other people talk. It's good to see you guys all again and let you know that the public is out here watching you.
Thank you. It looks like next.
Sir, next we've got Dave Juice. Hang on one second. Mr. Juice, you should be able to speak now.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Hello, thank you for letting me address you, and thank you for those tributes. It was very touching. I appreciate this opportunity. My name's Dave Jose. I'm a manager with the Megaplex Theaters for the Larry Miller Group. I've been with the company for 21 years since the first day we opened our Megaplex Theaters back in 1999. It's been an honor to work for them. I'm addressing you this evening to talk about the security services that we've used since we've opened this location. Have been very fortunate to partner with West Valley Police for several years at this Megaplex location. The officers, they punch in on our clock while they're working in our building. And as our team members, this allows them to work more closely with us and get to know our employees and our regular guests. Most of our employees we hire are 16 years old or still in high school. For them, this is their first job, a lot of them. And Megaplex Theaters is proud to offer them entry-level positions that teach them punctuality, reward for hard work, cash handling skills, food handling safety, skills that they can take and carry on for other work. Our employees are more productive and they're easier to retain when they don't have to worry about personal safety. And that's one thing that this West Valley Police has provided us especially on our busy days. We've used them on weekends and then our Tuesdays, which we have become very busy with, $5 Tuesdays, and on our holidays. Several guests will choose to bring their family and loved ones to the movies, and they comment to our officers and to us how thankful they are to have familiar faces as their security so they can relax and enjoy a night out. And our officers have become part of the Megaplex family over the years. As you know, the business has been very slow since COVID affected us going back to March. Profit margins for movie theaters are always very tight or small. The new process that we were made aware of for hiring off-duty police officers, we feel will place an added burden on us financially, and it may force us to go without the much needed security on busy days or peak hours. We're just asking the City Council, along with Lieutenant Julia Jorgensen and other decision makers at West Valley Police, to please consider allowing us to be grandfathered in so we can continue to use our officers in the same frequency as before. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And next,
Next, sir, we have Lisa Butcher. Give me 1 second. Doesn't appear like Lisa Butcher is on our list tonight, sir. And the next one was going to be a Barbara Butcher. Also doesn't appear to be on our list, which leaves our last public comment as Leanne Doppel, who is on our list. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute her.
by on the list, you mean online waiting, right?
Correct. Both made the request to speak and online.
Hmm.
Ms.
Hi.
Doppel, you are, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm Leanne Doppel of Ready Set Tow, and my company's been on the West Valley City towing rotation for many years. I want to make some comments about the West Valley City Police tow rotation. Around the end of August this year, I was told by another towing company that Kendall Brown of Cal Brown Towing told them that the West Valley City Police were going to make a change and only allow 15 companies on the regular rotation list soon. West Valley City Police Department did not put this out as an announcement to all towing companies. They only told Cal Brown Towing. And to me, this week says insider information, similar to insider trading, to only let one company know of the changes. Seems to be a dereliction of duties by the towing coordinators of the West Valley City Police Department. I sent 2 emails into our coordinators asking about it. Once point blank mentioning Cal Brown knew about it and he was gearing up for it with his new yard. I did not get a reply back. My emails should have at least made them realize that what they were doing may be illegal and they should have let all towing companies know of the change at the same time and not just the company or companies they're secretly working with. And then recently, beginning of August, there was a presentation done by the police department, so it was true. And at least one company knew about it for months, if not years before the presentation. Perhaps that company should be banned from towing calls rotation this year because there was some active insider information going on. In the past year and a half, Cal Brown Towing Company has even built up a huge expensive impound yard with several acres while he was gearing up. It's the largest impound yard in West Valley City. And he knew about this plan of lowering the number of towing companies and that he'd be making a lot of money with the new plan. I do urge an investigation to be done to see if all of our towing coordinators knew about this. In fact, we don't even know who our towing coordinators are. No announcement was ever made to us when the last coordinator left. All of our emails from the coordinator are signed with 3 names, Sanford, Gammon, and Carter. And the presentation on October 1st was done by yet another named Johnson. The police presentation they did was not based on true facts. Towards complaining they don't make enough money. I've never complained, and I've talked to several other companies, and no one I talked to has. Most cities do not restrict the number of towing companies on the rotations. The truck inspections and yard inspections do not take an hour each, and there are already disciplinary messages in place on the towing agreement to handle companies who arrive late, argue, refuse to take the car, make demands, etc. And suddenly, why does West Valley City care if a company who does business in their city is more profitable than another? They don't care when some type of businesses in their city aren't making enough money, and some businesses have failed, but West Valley City didn't get involved in that. So I'm kind of wondering why they're getting involved to help a towing company that complains they don't make enough money. And if so, it should be for all types of companies, not just towing. UHP manages 101 tow companies, 17 heavy duties. Salt Lake City state tax list is probably twice that. Unified is about the same as UHP, and VEC handles their calls fine. West Valley also uses VEC, but West Valley thinks 27 is so hard to manage. Also, I just wanted to mention that the vehicles we tow for the city on the rotation list are private vehicles, and we are only paid by private owners. Thank you.
Thank you. And Eric, is that all that we had?
Yes, sir. Let me just double check the attendee list. Yes, sir. That's all we have.
Okay. Thank you. Then next we'll go to our city manager, assistant city manager, Paul Isaac, sitting in for the city manager. Any comments?
No, sir. Thank you.
Council members, any comments? Okay. As we have done sometimes in the past, when issues are brought up, I know we've talked about both of these issues, but it might be well to consider them as a future agenda item on our next council meeting, study meeting next week, and see if there's any follow-up that we need to do. I've also gotten some emails on the same things, so I don't know if any of you have, but at least we can see if we do any follow-up on those from where we are. Okay. Then with that, we'll go to our resolutions, and we'll begin with Resolution 20-170. This is an interlocal agreement between the city and Salt Lake County. And this relates to having our off-duty police officers work security shifts at the COVID-19 testing sites at the request of the county in order to ensure safety. The current site being the Maverick Center. And this is something that's been going on, but we wanted to put it into a specific interlocal agreement. And so that is the purpose of this item. With that, to the council for any comments. Or action.
Mayor, I move for approval of resolution 20-170.
Okay, second.
Second.
Hearing no further comments, then we will turn to our, actually we have our assistant city recorder, Angel Peasley here, and she will do the roll call vote.
Councilman Fatisi Manu. Can you hear me?
Aye. Sorry, I was on mute.
Councilwoman Lang,
Yes.
Councilman Bueller,
Aye.
Councilman Christensen,
I don't see him online. We may have lost him. So let's move to the next, see if he gets back online. Oh, wait a minute, there he is.
Okay, I just got back on. Yes.
thank you. Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have Resolution 20-171. This is to approve a interlocal cooperation agreement between our city and Salt Lake County, transferring control of Redwood Trailhead Park and Hillsdale Park from the county to the city. The Redwood Trailhead Park is located in the Metro Business Park, very close to the very, very northeast corner of the city, right on the Jordan River. And it's just a short ways from the track stop that is located there. And these are the Redwood Trailhead Park is one that's been going on for a number of years as we've been interacting with the county, working to find the best way to meet the needs of residents for that. And we're now transferring it. And the county indicated that Hillsdale Park would fall in that same category. And so we are taking over the management of that as well. That is the issue before us to the council.
I move for approval of resolution 20-171.
Second.
Okay, hearing no further comments, then to our Assistant City Recorder.
Councilman Fatisi Manu.
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang,
Yes.
Councilman Bueller,
Aye.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
Mayor Bigelow.
Aye,
Motion passes unanimously.
thank you. Then under new business, we have application SMI-1 2020 filed by Yanni Hinojo, requesting final plat approval for the Hunter Creek subdivision at 3658 South Hawkeye Street. This is a small piece of property. It is 0.61 acres. And interestingly enough, is at a location that actually, because of the unique piece of property, a dead-end street from one side of the subdivision to the other, back and forth, was never able to be completed, and most in the area wanted that completed. But the individual who now owns that property is selling a portion of it and agreed to have that road dedicated and completed between the two subdivisions. And so that is what we are discussing tonight, is authorizing that piece of property to be subdivided into two pieces, one for a second home, meeting all our requirements, and the dedication of property there for the roadway for that street to continue between the two subdivisions. That's probably enough introduction. With that, to the council.
Mayor, I'd move for approval of SMI 1-2020.
Second.
Properly before us, hearing no further comments, then to our Assistant City Recorder.
Councilman Fatisi Manu.
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang,
Yes.
Councilman Bueller,
Aye.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
Mayor Bigelow.
Aye,
Motion passes unanimously.
thank you. Next, we have Resolution 20-172, This is to authorize the abandonment and release of 2 storm drain easements. Usually we're adding them, but in this case, we're abandoning those. This is on Newton Farms Phase 3 subdivision along the north edge of this piece of property, which currently was undeveloped. They maintained an easement for stormwater runoff. And since that subdivision will now be completed and the stormwater will flow through the city system of curb, gutter, and storm drains instead of through those open irrigation ditches, it is no longer necessary to have those. This is being taken care of. So with that, that's the introduction to the issue to the council.
Mayor, I move for approval of resolution 20-172.
Second.
Properly before us, hearing no further comments, we'll turn to our assistant city recorder for the vote.
Councilman Fatisi Manu.
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang.
Yes.
Councilman Bueller.
Aye.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt.
Yes.
Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. There is no need for a closed session. There's no business there. We've completed our regular agenda. Just encourage you to be safe. We have an emergency declaration from the state regarding COVID-19 and, try and take care of those who have special needs. And as Utah is always doing, we take care of our own here. So with that then, and enjoy Veterans Day tomorrow. Holiday for some.
Move to adjourn.
Thank you. Then without objection, we will stand adjourned. Hearing no objection, it's unanimous. We'll see you all next week electronically.
Thank you.